WCOS in Hanover.
Good morning, Snacktown. Welcome to WCOS Live. Very good.
Go with it. Oh,
We're off to a hot start.
that was the remix.
Just waiting for the horn.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
can't all be winners. You know what I mean?
Well, we haven't won any yet. All right. We are coming to you from the Grand Auditorium in the Church of Satire Comedy Club. I'm your host, Darnell Fuson, and I am joined by my co-anchor and partner, Tom Nutty. Tom?
Hell yeah. You know the deal. 'Tis but another Monday.
It is. It is.
Monday 320. That's a good day to smoke weed, is what I've been told. Do you think that people is this a big weed smoking day?
I don't know if you're
320.
early or late.
Every
I think you jammed up the whole.
Internet?
Yeah, I think that's what that was.
Well, I guess 320 is a little more lit than I thought it was, boys.
Way, way more lit.
Get out your
it's-
marijuana cigarettes. Your jazz cigarettes, if you will.
jazz cabbage, yeah.
Jazz cabbage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Electric lettuce.
I
It
saw an
is.
ad one time that if you smoked marijuana cigarettes, you would blow a trumpet into your wife's asshole.
I think you're thinking of the first American Pie movie.
No, this is definitely a advertisement for weed. I saw it with my own two eyes, and they said it would happen on 320.
Well, it is 3:20, and there is so much day left. We'll find out whether or not somebody blows a trumpet in their wife's ass. We are here to welcome you to episode 29 of WCOS Live and wish you a happy Bisexual Awareness Month.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Which I am a full supporter of. Full 120% supporter of this month.
All the support. Yeah. Another supporter of this movement is our guest today. He is an accomplished battle rapper, a promoter, and comedian. Joining us is Chris Pierce.
What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for having me.
Do you spell battle rapper with one or two P's?
That second P is super important.
Okay.
Top. Yeah,
Just check.
we've all made that typo, you know.
Oh, there was no typo made. I just can't. I don't know how to spell.
You went to school in Baltimore?
Not for long.
That checks out.
Yeah. Learn more outside of it.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to know for the notes that I'm taking later. It would be super awkward if I spelled it wrong.
Good.
Yeah.
I typed it into Siri and made it say it over my car. That'd be cool. It'd be like, you're getting a call from Chris, the battle. Well, I'm not going to say it because it'll have to be edited out, but.
I'm
Hell yeah.
glad you didn't. I was waiting. I winced even when you got past the word battle.
I saw the look in his eyes.
The please don't.
Yeah, that look. How'd you know?
Yeah, just
How'd you know that
It's a
that was the
feeling.
look?
It
Do
was-
you spell it with one P? Is that how you knew that look of please don't? Is that what happened?
never.
No.
I would never
No,
do
it's
that.
two P's.
No,
here.
no. I know, but he said I recognized the look of somebody being like, no, don't, and that's why I got confused. If maybe he spelled it with one P.
Ah, right. Good stuff. Wow.
Morning, Hanover.
Took me a second. I can imagine. It would
Because it's
take-
320, dude.
Yeah. 3:20 light up.
I'm having a great time.
flick
gentlemen.
your bick. That's good. That's
Flick-
you know what if
your
he
bick.
if he just sits in and says he's having a great time, it'll be so much better than anything Greg Billett's ever done.
Yeah.
So
Or former friend of the show, Chris Wolf. I think we both have our least favorite episodes at this point.
yeah,
Yours is number 6. Mine is, 27? Whichever
Right.
one Chris Wolf pretended to be a guest on. That one.
Chris
Oh, it was
Wolf.
an earthquake.
Some big shoes I gotta
Yeah.
fill here.
Yeah, Chris Wolf stole from you, our audience. That's how I look at it. Well, one thing that we don't tolerate is stealing.
Wow. Okay, good. Glad you said that.
Yeah, we don't tolerate that. And that is why our.
Usually so good at this game, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure where we're going with this. Are we? You don't tolerate stealing. That's why R is what?
Okay, look, I'm a little bit messy getting there, but what I'm trying to say is we don't tolerate stealing, and that is why.
Because we are a Best Buy.
No.
Okay.
We are an urban Walmart threatening to shut down if these loss rates don't go down.
Did that happen here? in Hanover?
That is happening. That is happening.
That's current events.
Yeah, that is not featured in our gently used news segment this evening. Maybe in the future as things develop. No, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about a totally original concept that started here in the Grand Auditorium of the Church of Satire Comedy Club. I'm talking about our weekly open mic showcase, Open Mic Nitro.
Hell yeah.
That's right. That is the longest weekly episodic open mic in the area.
Yep. It's like Peter North. Just keeps coming.
I would compare it more to maybe like a Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, that's
in
what I
the-
meant.
Right. But also Peter North, Monday Night Raw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Hey.
I see what you
yeah,
did there.
yeah, well, you can get things raw and raunchy here tonight and every Monday. Open Mic Nitro takes over the Grand Auditorium at the Church of Satire Comedy Club. And tonight will be our 92nd consecutive Open Mic Nitro as we continue to approach Open Mic Nitro's 100th anniversary. That will be Monday, May 15th here. Special format that evening. Who even are we going to have out for that?
Everybody.
Right. I mean, I'm sure we know club favorites will be there, like Kevin Slattery,
Gang, gang.
friend of the show. Kaylin Elizabeth, next week's guest for WCOS Live, will also be a part of Open Mic Nitro's 100th anniversary.
I'll be here.
You'll be here May 15th?
No, I mean, I'm just learning this, but yeah, I will do my best to be here. Absolutely.
Are you going to do your best to be here, or are you going to be here?
Look at me. in the
Because we
eyes.
don't do our best to be here every Monday.
We're
here
here
at
every
7:30
Monday.
p.m. every Monday to open the doors and make 16 5-minute comedy spots available for open mic sign up.
You might have tried your best 92 times and succeeded 3. How many times have we succeeded at this?
92. Well, 91 so far, 92 as of this evening.
Well, we can just put it in the books. Cause
You guys have been at every Monday night. For 92? 91 times?
Between the two of us, we have made 92 consecutive open mic nitros happen.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I would say the amount of open mics that the both of us have been at is in the mid to high 80s.
I would say that combined, we have maybe only missed probably less than a dozen open mic nitros
Combined,
combined.
Yeah. for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say in the mid 80s is for sure.
That's awesome because the times that I can make it out here, this is one of the best open mics.
It
Ever.
Is,
Just-
It is.
the-
It is the hottest open mic in America.
It just is. Yeah.
That is not. I mean, that's the pitch, but we don't really have to sell it.
No,
That's the
'Cause
fact
it's-
of the matter.
it's real. That's real. I love it. I love the vibe. Love the church. The comics that come through. It's awesome.
Muy fuego.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter what color scheme you use on your marketing. It's not going to replace 92 consecutive weeks.
Right. So if you took, theoretically, if you
Okay.
took a similar background
With like flames.
with like flames and put a similar name
Okay.
to your
That-
open mic,
Right. That incorporates Monday night.
mayhem or something along the lines of,
I wasn't going to give him that much.
okay, well,
Monday Night Nitrous.
yeah, you did something
mean-
like that.
Yeah, that's very close.
And so you're saying you can't do all of that? Or you can do it,
Well,
but,
you can do it,
but
it-
everybody's just going to laugh at you.
Yeah,
you're
because
like,
you're copying the great.
I mean, not everybody's going to know to laugh at you, but I think I think that the effort will shine through.
oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think people will put it together. You know, I mean, first there was Kiss, then there was AC/DC, right? You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
You know, then
I
there
never
was
thought about that.
then there was Guns N' Roses.
I mean, similar but different.
Yeah.
You're right, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to let that
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah.
I'm going to let that
Yeah.
slide.
Are you poking Tom on purpose with these
And
band
then,
names?
and then we just come back around to Kiss is where this ends, right?
No. I mean, back around to like first there was Kiss and then there was the Beatles.
I don't think your timeline is correct there.
We only make 16 open mic comedy spots available to leave 29 seats open for our raving open mic nitroids that come out and make this the hottest open mic in America each and every week. You can make 16 spots available anywhere on earth. That's not going to make it open mic nitro.
That is true.
It's impossible.
If you have not experienced an open mic nitro, the only place you can find it is 106 Broadway, Hanover, PA. Snacktown, USA.
And it's a party.
Think you've got what it takes? All right, good stuff. We are going to quit shitting on people, and we're going to talk about last week's Craft Brewed Comedy Show, brought to you by our presenting partners. And
Hey,
Chris,
Hey, do you think we might have said there? Never mind. I'm not going to get into it.
our
Fuck.
guest today, Chris Pierce, was on that show.
Oh, Chrissy P.
It was.
Chris, you've been here for
5 days now.
do you think he's trying to take up residency and collect squatters' rights? What's going on here?
I think he's trying to wear our skin back to the shore.
Yeah, I've been sizing you both up since
Right.
Wednesday.
Okay. I think if you like cut anyway.
He wants my jawline
Yeah.
in your hair, is what he said.
Yeah, I'm gonna mix it up for sure. Is what I ultimately decided.
He's going to make a little hybrid.
Darnell Nutty, if you will.
Anyway, all right. Well, your experience here at Craft Brewed Comedy.
Fantastic. Great night. Hosted ladies' night. You know, great crowd turnout. Felt good when I got off stage. Felt like I had a strong 10-minute opening. Kind of messed with the people of Hanover. You know, some good people. They were here to laugh, for sure.
Good people.
It was my my first craft, and hopefully not my last. You know.
It was probably my favorite craft brewed we've done yet.
That's a big feat because I've seen some of the names you've had on here.
We've had a lot of good comics come through here, but like this past one, it seemed like everything just hit right. We had a good crowd. We had good comics. There was no hiccups along the way.
Yes. And the ladies were funny, man.
Yes.
Big laughs through the whole night.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't go wrong with the people that were on that show. You really can't. Like,
Some of those names include Ashley Pontius, Sam Kelly, Charlotte D.
Yes.
Next week's guest for WCOS Live, Kaylin Elizabeth. And our guest today, Chris Pierce.
I want you to know for the remainder of this show, for the next 2,037 episodes that we do, and we finally call it quits in 2035 after being the most successful fucking morning podcast in the world,
Yeah.
I'm never going to walk you through a name. I just want to see what happens.
Just,
It was after last week's debacle.
Tom, do you think you'll even throw things to derail him?
No. I will just let it happen. But I don't know if you saw that eye contact during the name saying.
Oh, I did.
He was
Yeah.
worried.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
worried.
Well,
He made the right choice though.
Oh, he
Stop
nailed
at
it.
D. Yeah.
He nailed it.
Yeah. Well, look, there's a reason that you're not just my co-anchor for this show. You are also my partner.
Life partner.
Moving on.
That's right. If you missed last week's Craft Brewed comedy or last week's Open Mic Nitro or any of the previous 90 Open Mic Nitros, it's probably because you did not go to www.churchofsatirecomedyclub.com/events. But while you're there, you should get yourself a pair of something nice for this weekend, and I'm not talking about squatty potties. I'm talking about tickets to see Adam Oliensis make his return to headline the Grand Auditorium at the Church of Satire Comedy Club Friday, March 24th and Saturday, March 25th. You don't let squatty potties in pairs?
I have never purchased squatty potties in pairs.
You only have one toilet in your house?
No, I have two,
Right,
which makes sense why you'd buy them in pairs. But
right. Because I get it. Maybe you only have one bathroom that you poop in, but are you the only person in your house?
I'm the only one allowed to poop inside.
Fair enough.
Do you
Right.
do you let him use the squatty potty out there though?
No, that's why I have one of them, and that's in
Yeah.
my bathroom.
And that's Dad's. That's for Papa Bear.
I mean, if that's what they want to call me, I don't really care. They're outside. I just listen for the banging on the door, and then I check the temperature outside. If it's below 40, I'll let them into the room. Above 40, it's a good summer for them.
Yeah. Very, very good. I don't think that's, I think I'm going to have to edit that out. I don't think you can take care of kids that way.
I never claimed to, so I don't see where I can get in trouble for that.
You just did.
What? No, I'm
Alright.
saying I never claimed to be good at it.
Right.
So why would I get in trouble if I just told you?
The truth.
Yeah. Did I say something wrong? I don't get it.
No, I'm just going to have you go ahead and turn around.
What?
Turn
Yeah.
Every now
Tell you
and then
what,
I
go
get
ahead
a
and
little-
lock your fingers together and then.
I know what you're going to do to me. You're going to push me against the wall and passionately kiss me. Fuck. Fall for it every time.
This episode is brought to you by Adam Oliensis, headlining the Church of Satire Comedy Club, and he will be joined by feature comedian Beth Hayden, guest Jeff King, and host Ron Kane.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's
The
gonna be a good
only
weekend.
way to see this weekend of shows is by going to www.churchofsatirecomedyclub.com and getting your tickets right now. That's right. This episode contains paid promotions.
Was for that moment.
Yeah, we were trying to get to it earlier.
That
but
was
the-
about to
but
be the moment.
the-
And then you guys just stared at me. You both were
well,
just
no, well, the board wasn't working. The board
Got
was
it.
not responding, so we were kind of just staring at it.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, much like you may stare at the internet wishing that news would jump out and smack you in the face every day so that you knew what in the world was happening in the world.
Sometimes I'm like, I wish this news was in 3D.
Yeah, it's not every day that we get all of the information that we need, right? Like, not only do you have daily nutritional needs with vitamins and minerals, you have daily thought and educational needs.
What if we just called this the daily nutritional value?
Okay, we'll submit that for review.
Well, I'm just saying.
We're not going to make any rash decisions.
No, not right now.
No.
You're right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Put that one in the
Yeah.
Tom box.
Let me just throw that idea away.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We are not going to call it news.
No. I don't mean change the name of the
news.
segment. I'm just saying you were like, some people get nutritional value, blah, 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 blah. This is nutritional value.
Okay.
I have 2 broken ribs, and this really hurts to laugh at the
Yeah.
shit that no one else is finding funny.
So you told me to say a joke that you could have just said yourself and put out there?
No.
I'm with you, Tom.
I think, yeah. Let's move on.
I
My
think
ribs
that's
hurt.
for sure.
Ayo. Can you hit the J magic button again? That'll make it all right.
Certified pre-owned, gently used news.
What a banger.
Good stuff. The best stuff. Shout out to Kevin MacLeod.
That's who wrote that whole ass song.
Sure is. All right, well, originally reported March 14th, 2023 by CBS News, a Florida man who served more than 3 decades of a 400-year prison sentence for armed robbery charges was exonerated the morning of Monday, March 13th, and freed from jail. How often you hear about Florida man getting out of jail?
I don't know if this is a great idea.
Do elaborate, Tom.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, Florida people are crazy.
Right. Okay, fair. That's
Like
very
the
fair.
ones that are already locked up.
You're saying even if he didn't do it?
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
he's going to do something fucked up. Like, you can't just turn him loose in Florida now. He'll be stealing a fire truck or fucking wrestling iguanas naked at his fucking kid's birthday party or something crazy is going to happen.
If 57-year-old Sidney Holmes would like to spend his newfound freedom wrestling iguanas, that is his prerogative, okay?
Oh, but nutritional was stupid.
No, I didn't say it was stupid. I didn't understand how it was being presented. I'm sorry.
Carry on.
I think it's great. I thought it was being
Don't
presented as
pander
a
to me
pitch.
now.
I thought it was
You
being
already made me hurt my rib.
presented as a pitch to rename as nutritional.
That was 100%
value.
my bad because I was trying to get as many words out in the little bit of breath that
That's
I could
fine.
muster.
It's just I think it's a great set of words.
I
I'm
think
sorry that I stopped all
prerogative
over.
is
it.
also something you should put in a fish tank. It hurts to talk. Let me readjust. I got to put weight on my
I can't.
ass cheek. Anyway.
Wow.
I hope that man stays free.
We are doing so well in our counseling, y'all. I am.
Yeah, this it does feel a little bit like I came over to spend the night at a friend's house and the parents are
Yeah.
arguing
Hell yeah.
a little
dude.
bit.
Shut up and go to your room.
Yeah.
All
that's
right.
good. Yeah.
I will
Yeah. You ever played Nintendo 64?
many times. Yeah,
There's one upstairs.
doing that.
Yep.
Definitely doing that.
Good stuff. Yeah, you were 1 gold star away from a turducken, mister.
I know. Fuck.
That's, yeah.
Fuck, I was so close to the turducken, guys. I know there's many people out there counting on that turducken by Thanksgiving.
That's right. Sidney Holmes may be one of them now that he's out of prison. He's probably never had a turducken because he was convicted in April of 1989 for a 1988 robbery that he was accused of being the getaway driver for.
And that got him 400 years?
What did they steal?
Yeah,
Did they
according
elaborate? Or
I
not steal? He wasn't there.
I don't know. According to Broward State Attorney Harold F. Pryor, he said, quote, and I quote,
So many people have the fakest sounding
I
names.
know, yeah.
Yeah, you're in the judicial system with the last name Pryor. I mean, come on.
Broward State Attorney Harold F. Pryor said, and I quote, "We have one rule here at the Broward State Attorney's Office. Do the right thing. Always. Except for 30 years ago." Sorry, that he did not say that. That was not part of his quote. End quote.
Then.
Except for 30 years ago. Sorry. And I quote, "As prosecutors, our only agenda is to promote public safety in our community and to ensure that justice is served." He continued by saying, "I commend the victims, witnesses, and law enforcement officers for their candor and assistance in reinvestigating a crime that occurred more than 34 years ago."
That man was in jail my whole life.
This is the most white guy spin I've ever heard.
You are not kidding. You are not
Yeah.
kidding at all.
Yeah. Dude.
He was like, I'd like to thank the victims. What the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah,
God bless him.
that's
So-
right.
Like,
So
I can't imagine that man's rage and joy.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Both at all-time highs.
one, can you be a getaway driver if you don't get away? Are you just driving at that point?
The attempted getaway driver.
Okay, glad we cleared that up. Also,
Or is
did he run over an orphanage to get 400 years in
Yeah.
jail?
Yeah. I need.
Yeah,
I want so
that-
much more information.
This whole thing seems wild.
Seems a tad shady.
And maybe
Yeah.
Tom, maybe he's not just a driver. Maybe it's just past tense. He's a got-away driver. Like,
But he didn't.
all the
He
time.
didn't. He's in fucking jail, Chris.
well, one time, but the other
Yeah.
time. Well, I mean, he didn't even do it really. So
Right.
That's
he
what I'm
wouldn't
saying.
even. Yeah.
He didn't
He-
get
he was-
away.
he
He
was-
didn't.
Yeah.
He was just giving somebody a fucking ride.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I almost just made
And
a fucking.
he didn't even do that. Mr. Holmes contacted the state attorney's conviction review unit in 2020 and told investigators he was innocent, to which they replied, "Yeah, sure." They
Shut up.
then determined that Holmes had a plausible claim of innocence. During a review of the case, CRU determined eyewitness identification of Holmes during the initial investigation was likely incorrect. There was no evidence actually connecting Holmes to the robbery, aside from the flawed ID.
So this is how this story went. 35 years ago, somebody was like, "Yay, that's him."
Yep.
And then 35 years later, they were like,
I'm not
Nah.
so sure.
"I don't think that's him."
Yep.
Fuck.
An investigation launched by the brother of one of the victims found that Holmes's car was likely misidentified at the time of the original investigation, and that key differences between his Oldsmobile model vehicle and the one used by the robbers were overlooked.
Whew.
5 of 6 independent panelists voted that Holmes was innocent and his conviction should be thrown out immediately after reviewing this new evidence.
Hold on. So there was still one person that was like, nah, he probably still did it.
There was one person that, yeah, they did not believe that Mr. Holmes should be free from prison.
Independent panelists?
Yep.
What's the fucking criteria for that?
I imagine it's like a jury selection.
I bet it's not.
You know what? You're
I
probably
bet it's people
right.
inside the prison that work in the prison. 100%. I would bet money.
Right.
And it's
I bet it's like the warden and then like the assistant warden
Right.
and like a public defender. and whoever the fuck else is left.
Probably
Doesn't
a
sound-
new public defender too. Like a new,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I guarantee you, it's all people that work in the prison, and the one guy that said no is like the one that locked him up there to begin with.
That sounds right
Yeah.
on, Tom.
I'd bet money on it.
And it's in Florida, so really it could just be like whoever can wrestle the most gators and
Yeah,
twirl
they're
those.
like, "Can you say words? Come on this panel."
You're in.
That's right. The deputies involved in the original investigation were shocked to learn that Holmes served 34 years in prison and had been sentenced to 400 years.
As am I.
What? I don't know. I got no ideas. I don't know how you get 400 years on robbery
There's
charges.
some
Get,
fucky
being
shit
a getaway
happening.
driver.
They didn't even get away.
There's a non-profit organization, OIC, of South Florida that is set up to help with reintegration services for Mr. Holmes.
So he's just out and about now.
He's just out and about.
Out just new boot goofing.
New boot goofing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Meeting his family. I mean, legitimately meeting some of his family members
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
first time. Wild.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Still, we got to figure out how he got 400 years.
Yeah, that's
white guys.
Friggin' white people.
Yeah, speaking of whites, originally reported March 16th by NPR, a train carrying a toxic chemical known as corn syrup derailed the evening of Wednesday, March 15th in western Arizona. The county sheriff's office told NPR there were no injuries and it was, quote, not made aware of any spills or leaks.
otherwise that'd be a real sticky situation.
So,
Yep.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sit this one out, I think. Fucking corn syrup?
Corn syrup.
That's it?
Yep.
All right.
Does it say toxic, or did you add that?
I mean, we know that corn syrup is a...
Have you seen my 600-pound life?
Yeah.
Many times, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's...
You tell me.
I feel threatened.
Have you ever seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
It's been a long time, but
Yeah, you
Okay,
tell
well,
us.
Long
what-
story short,
Yeah.
they had to burn the house down to get rid of the body,
yeah.
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
you tell me what's toxic.
Yep.
Most of my relationships.
Are you in a relationship with corn syrup?
Not anymore, not after this.
God bless you. You were
Yeah.
saved, my child.
Thank you so much.
We're out here doing the Lord's work.
The BNSF train derailed around 7:40 p.m. in Mojave County, Arizona, near the California border. The cause of the incident is still under investigation, and a spokesperson for the sheriff's office had unconfirmed reports that the train was also carrying hazardous material, but BNSF said that no such materials were involved in the derailment.
So nobody even really knows what was on the train?
It
or they're
sounds
just not
like
telling each other.
it sounds like it probably had corn syrup and maybe diesel fuel.
Well, those are two things that go together. I would
Right.
definitely recommend.
Right.
Putting both in
And
your tank.
yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say what else, like what other hazardous materials it may have been carrying, but it seems like one car contained corn syrup,
What had
another
red
car.
dye number 6 or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Yellow
like
number
toxic in
5.
such high concentrations.
Could just have
Yeah.
Mountain Dew Code Red in one of them.
Well, it was the ingredients for Mountain Dew Code Red. And when it
Yeah.
spilled, a whole valley got filled with Code Red. A whole generational white trash will spring up there
That's what I
forever
was
now.
about to make the same joke. Like DJs just started sprouting out of
Yep.
season.
Fucking, they don't even sell iPhones there. It's all droids.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Isn't this like the third or fourth major derailment? Yeah.
sure is. This is likely to be the fourth. Seems, yeah, approximately 8 cars derailed in this corn syrup kernel.
Conundrum.
That's it. Cornundrum. Here we are. Okay. It is unclear when the track will reopen. The National Transportation Safety Board is aware of the derailment and collecting information, but has not launched an investigation.
They haven't? They have not even started an investigation.
They're collecting information. What more?
That's step one.
What more do you want from them right now?
To try a lot harder.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want them to just try harder.
Yeah.
What
How
do you
about-
think would be a good step two?
Yeah. How
Like
about,
if collect information is
Yeah.
one,
okay.
what's step two?
Start an investigation with the information you have.
Okay. Well, you're acting as if collecting information isn't step 1 in starting the investigation.
Thank
What
you.
is step 2?
But isn't collecting information kind of the start of an investigation? Is that where
That's
Am I having a fucking fever dream? Or are all three of us saying the same thing in different
we
ways?
are arguing around the drain here. Yes.
Fuck.
still having a great time, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Good.
Shut the
That's
fuck
good.
up for a minute. Anyway,
Thanks for
so-
coming out.
collect information is
Yeah.
step one. Start an investigation.
Is step 2.
So what would be step 3?
Preventative measures.
Okay.
What? Okay. Well, what?
You know, this is almost identical to last Chris we had on the show talking about a train crash. A train crash is what I meant to say, not crane trash.
Am I going to make the least favorite list?
No,
No,
no, not
we're
even
just-
close.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah. No. We'll just record an episode after Nitro tonight.
Just dub right over this stuff.
All right. Well, originally reported March 9th, 2023 by CBS News 13. More police misconduct as the West Virginia Department of Homeland Security was ordered to search the devices of people within the West Virginia State Police Administration.
Uh-oh.
The WVDHS. That sounds.
That's hard.
That
That's
sounds
harsh.
That sounds like you need antibiotics. Well, the WVDHS is investigating, and I quote, multiple allegations of potential improper or alleged criminal actions within the administration of the West Virginia State Police, end quote. What is going on? What is happening here?
Police be tripping.
Why can't we defund the police?
I want to know what they were doing.
Why
Like,
do they need money to fuck?
I mean, do you think they were all fucking?
I don't think they're not fucking.
Good point.
Well, let's read on. The scope of the search laid out in a memo from Governor Jim Justice's Chief of Staff, Brian Abraham, included daily activity logs, emails, text messages, and duty logs for the daily activity of 13 West Virginia State Police employees between Monday, February 13th, 2023, and Tuesday, February 28th, 2023. I feel like that whole issue in Laverne maybe got a few departments looking closer at things.
I think so too, for sure. But like, are we just making shit up at this point? Like, have they all just been fucking for years?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. There were 13 employees mentioned in the memo, including Colonel Jan Cahill, Lieutenant Colonel David Nelson, Major James Finley, Major Shallon Oglesby, Captain Roy Moss,
These Go ahead.
First-
You're gonna nail this next one.
First Sergeant Okie Starsing. These cannot be real people.
Bro, they're
Is
not
this-
fucking real people.
Was this a? I mean, this is a real local news site. Okay.
Okie Starsick.
First Sergeant William Huddleston. Sergeant Chris Snodgrass. Sergeant Robert Richardson.
No.
Sergeant Brandon Meeks. Sergeant Brent Kiefer. Sergeant Chad Wetzel. And Sergeant Craig Weaver.
Okay, so there's, 13 people on that list?
Yeah.
I'd say 3 of them might be real. Fucking Okie Starsick.
A 5-page anonymous letter was sent to Governor Jim Justice, Attorney General Patrick Morrissey, and a host of state lawmakers prompting an investigation to be launched after information was collected. The most serious allegations against officers include sexual assaults, thefts, and damage to state-owned property at the State Police Academy. Other accusations include a hidden camera in the women's locker room,
Yikes.
misuse of taxpayer funds, and some troopers billing for overtime that was not worked.
Imagine being the guy that just, filled out an extra 4 hours on your timesheet and being looped in with this fucking mess.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know somebody that went to jail for that. Amid the investigation, a West Virginia State Police trooper was arrested for domestic battery and felony strangulation. The attorney for that trooper says he plans to sue the West Virginia State Police for retaliatory conduct and defamation. We will keep you updated on this story as more information becomes available.
And I'm going to make an active effort to get Okie Starsick on the podcast.
Yeah.
He had the coolest name.
I mean, I want to ask that guy just about more than the investigation.
I don't care about the investigation.
I want to know
You
about
grew up with
Okie.
a name like that. You had a cool fucking life.
Do you think he's an Okie from Muskogee?
Oh God. It happened.
No, he's probably just an Okie from Charleston.
I bet that's not his real name. I bet he's like, my name's Jeff, but everybody calls me Okie
Yeah.
For sure.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
just put it on his badge because it's West Virginia. There's no rules.
My name's Ernie Oak.
And they were like, it'd be a good name for you,
Okie Starsick.
Okie Starsick. Like, you ever heard of this band Kiss? Like, no, why? They made him go home and watch a fucking Kiss video. They came back. They were like, if you were going to start a band, what would be the name of your lead singer? And he was like, Okie Starsick. That'd be a cool
And
fucking
that is now
front
his
man.
cop name.
Well, he couldn't make it as a front man.
Can't make it as a cop.
Well, he was doing good for a while, though.
Well, how's he
We don't
doing
know
now?
that. He might have been into the department for a year.
I wonder if poor old Okie is who got picked up for Stranguloki.
Easy, stretchy. Oh God,
Tom, I think you gave Okie his next venture in life. Now that he's
he's gonna
done.
go be a front man.
Yeah,
It'd be a cool fucking. It's a cool ass front man name.
it is.
Okie Starsick and the Starsick Oak.
Really stretching it.
Good stuff.
Okie
this week.
dokie.
Really, only the best stuff here.
The bestest of the bestesses.
Yeah, that's right. Chris, if you had to use 3 words to describe your experience this weekend hosting for Mike Bramante, what would they be?
Fun. Hot.
Creamy.
Educational.
Right.
Fun,
Very
hot, and educational.
Very good. Well, Chris Pierce is more than just a pretty face. He hosted Ladies Night, our craft brewed comedy Ladies Night, brought to you by our presenting partners. He is here with us for WCOS Live after hosting a hot, fun, and educational weekend for Mike Bramante and Kirshenbaum.
Oxnard Snotty Grass.
No, those are the officers.
Fuck.
I know.
Fuck. Shitty fuck.
I'm gonna
Chris,
read
who did you host for this weekend?
Mike Bermonte.
Okay.
And
And
Craig
Shizzles.
Kirshenbaum.
Kirschenbaum.
Kirshenbaum.
Brent.
Brad.
Bert Kreischer.
And Baum.
And Bob.
But Chris is more than a successful stand-up comedy host. He is an acclaimed interviewer who just so happens to be in the Battle Rap Hall of Fame. I think there's only one, the Battle Rap Hall of Fame.
Is there like divisional Hall of Fames?
And
So it's a league. So pitfights.tv you can check out. I'm in their Hall of Fame specifically. They are a premier battle league in Baltimore City. Shout out Pit Fights. I miss it all the time.
I don't
Yeah.
blame you. If I ever did anything as cool as battle rap, I would probably miss it too.
I give strangers just bars all the time in my head. I don't really just do it, but
But
I-
sometimes you just be at a Royal Farms and you're
yeah,
like
just cook a
"Fuck this
stranger.
guy up."
Yeah, just cook them up.
straight murdering.
the only pit fighting I do is which brisket is better.
Ayo.
So
Bow, bow,
what
bow.
did you? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck yeah.
I was gonna ask which one you landed on, but we can move past it. You're right.
Yeah, okay, good stuff. I believe that's not the only question you're here to ask us, though.
It is not.
You specifically requested to interview us.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so this is a first here at WCOS Live. We are here with our guest Chris Pierce, who is going to interview us. Tom.
I cannot wait, especially after what he did this weekend.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen. Still having a great time. Just want to say that again.
Good. That's
Love
what we
the
like
Church
to
of
hear.
Satire. Pleasure to be here. First question for you gentlemen. Is the Church of Satire open on Mondays?
Every Monday.
What happens? What happens?
Every Monday at 7:30 p.m., we open our doors to make 16 5-minute open mic comedy spots available for sign up to you, the people of Hanover. You are not the only ones who attend. We attract the best comedians from all over New York, Philadelphia, the DMV, the Eastern Shore, as you can see by Chris Pierce. He is the best they have to offer.
I
ladies and
think-
gentlemen.
No.
I think that they still use a lot of lead paint on the Eastern Shore.
They do. There is quite a bit.
Quite a
yeah.
bit of it, you think?
Despite me trying to eat as much as I can.
Yeah, well, it only affects you during your developmental years. However, we're not sure that you're done developing.
Me.
He's-
I'm certain I'm not, gentlemen.
What a fucking good weekend this has been.
Every Monday. All right.
Every Monday.
Okay. Are there any more questions,
There are.
Chris? Okay.
What comes after Monday?
Almost,
Okay.
but this is actually for you.
All right.
What is Craft Brewed Comedy Night? And what's it about?
It's a comedy show,
Sure.
right? You're aware of those?
Yep.
Okay. All right. It's a comedy show. And being in Hanover, usually a local business will sponsor said show and offer deals. Deals at the restaurant or the bar of whoever is sponsoring the show, etc., etc. You go there for dinner, get a good deal. It's usually half off drinks, half off your tab. It depends on who's sponsoring it. Then you come over here, you enjoy a fucking pay what you want show, which is one of the most ludicrous deals in the game right now. But
especially for here, because this place is awesome.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, you just hosted this week, and you saw what we have to offer here. It's one of a kind.
It was an awesome show, and I thank you for having me on that, just hosting for the ladies.
It was fun, except for that one part. No, I'm just fucking with you.
There was that one part. Go on.
There was that one part.
Do we need to talk about it? Is there
No.
something? Okay.
No, you remember when you were on stage, right?
Right.
And that guy came in, and you were like, "Oh, it's a Chinese man. You gotta go fucking do the thing." And I was like, "Chris, you can't do that."
Yeah.
I told you not to bring that up.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Stop
On
doing
the
it." And then you looked
podcast.
at me, and you were like, "I have fucking no Chinese karate." And I was like, "Fuck, I gotta get out of here."
Yeah. First of all, karate, not Chinese.
It's Japanese.
That's it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I redact my Chinese accent, and I would like to use the Japanese accent now.
Please do.
Oh, I use a fucking Japanese karate. Or whatever you said to me when you looked me in the
Yeah,
eyes
yeah.
all fucking like that.
On stage. Live. Church of Satire. I didn't do any of that. I just want
Is that better?
for the books. Just put that out there. We had
Do
a
you-
great time the whole time.
Do you have any more questions?
Sure do.
How could anyone have more questions? Go on.
How did you guys meet?
Oh, it was at a restaurant. All right, I'll be serious now.
How did we meet?
Well, I
Was
think
it here?
No, it wasn't here. For sure it wasn't here.
Okay.
You don't remember? This is how he gets me.
Oh,
This is how you play me. After 29 episodes, 92 open mics, countless shows together. We went to Denver together. We have done so much together, and you're going to pretend like you don't remember?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tom, can you answer?
Well, sort of. Because I was enjoying I don't know if you ever had a mojito.
I have.
It's a Spanish drink, right? I was enjoying one of those, and I noticed this brunette bombshell just across the bar from me, right? And I was like, damn, like that. Like I said, like I did the whole neck thing and everything. I was like, damn, like that, right?
Sure.
And I was like, I need to get some of that, right? That's what I was thinking at first, but I didn't approach it like that.
But you had to
You
play
know
it
what I
cool.
mean?
Yeah.
So I walked up to him, right? And I was like, do you know how I know me and you are going to have sex later? Here, you play you, right? So I'm at the
Okay.
bar, right? I got my mojito, Spanish drink. And I'm like, hey, do you know how I know me and you are going to have sex later?
Who?
Me and you.
Oh,
Yeah,
how?
'cause I'm stronger than you.
Hot.
And that's how that happened.
Kinky.
And
Then we did sex. I don't know how much more I got to explain.
then you.
We built a birdhouse together on our second date. One of those Home Depot things where you go
Yeah.
there and you build cool shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. He might be stronger, but I'm a better builder.
He had the more sound birdhouse, Tom.
Oh, dude, he's got a tight birdhouse. Tight birdhouse.
Snug.
Snug as a,
Everything fits just so.
it's like it was built for me.
Yeah, that's right.
Follow-up question.
Okay.
Do you guys remember the first show you ever did together?
In the States?
Anywhere.
I'll let you take this one.
Well, there was that, technically the first show that we did together was in Canada. Okay.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. We entered the country illegally because we both have DUIs in America.
But
They
we
won't-
did it in
they
a
won't
real
let us
cool
in.
way, right?
Yeah.
So, like, he would get on my shoulders and we wore a long trench coat.
I was generally about to
Yeah.
ask if this was a real story.
And
Tom.
And we walked across the border and he was like,
Well, yeah, I know that Andre the Giant was big in Canada as a big attraction. So I said we're Alexei Rusimov, Alexei the Giant.
It was a really good move.
Yeah, it was solid. It was solid, and it
And they
worked.
walked you right in, I imagine.
Yeah,
Well, they got
yeah,
out of our way.
yeah.
for
They were
sure.
like, of course,
They saw a trench coat.
I told them, I said, my father's weight collapsed Hulk Hogan's spine at WrestleMania 3, and you are going to try to keep me out of this country where it happened?
I think I know the answer to this follow-up question, but who
Yeah.
was the top half of the trench coat
Oh,
disguise?
him.
Right,
Me,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure,
Yeah.
guys.
However, I am a bottom.
But during that moment, you looked at me in the eyes and you're like, "We need a strong base and a pretty face," and you fucking hopped up.
Hell yeah, that's what's
You know
up.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
So,
You guys planned that shit out. That's good.
I mean, it was really kind of on the fly.
Execution.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. That's how we did it.
Hell yeah.
Poor Chris. I think he wanted real answers.
I
to these
did,
questions.
like, so much. But, you guys are making it fun, at least. My disappointment is fun.
Yeah, I thought we were going to give real answers until you didn't.
Well,
The damn. It started with damn.
well, it was funny.
It was funny, Tom. I enjoyed it.
We can go to real answers now if you want.
Yeah, can we? Let's
Sure,
let's
sure.
start over at
Okay.
the question how did you guys meet?
Here.
I was right. It was here.
It's 100% here.
Yeah.
The open mic.
And then you gave Darnell all that shame in your fake answer first. You were like, you think it was here?
Yeah.
It's comedy.
It's some of these are jokes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like sex. There's some acting involved.
Right. You got to pretend.
Yeah.
No, it was here for the open
You're-
mic for sure.
You're participating. Anyway.
Okay, so yeah, the distinction though, genuinely for me is like first actual show, not Mike for you guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, our first meeting was at the open mic. And that's funny
which
because I
question are we
remember
on?
you
oh,
were.
I
yeah,
skipped ahead. That's
Yeah,
that's
okay.
on me.
You
that's on me.
were. Your
First interview here, guys.
Yeah, your dog whistle was a lot more like a human whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But good. Good job since then.
Thanks, man.
And then the question after, or where did we meet, was
What was the first show you guys ever did together?
that had to also be here, I'm sure.
For sure it was here.
At some random week, probably some jobber, headliner.
I
Had
mean-
to be.
I don't know, man. We've done so much shit together.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't even answer that honestly. And I'm not even
Yeah.
fucking around right
Yeah.
now. Like we have worked together so much in the last 3 years. I couldn't tell you what the first one was.
Yeah, I mean, like, aside from the very first one being an open mic, I couldn't tell you. Like, I couldn't even start to narrow down what would have been the first, like, paid weekend show.
If you told me, if you asked me how many shows we've done together, I wouldn't even be able to put a number on that.
Yeah,
And that's not even counting open mics.
Right.
right.
So, yeah, I don't know. Somewhere.
It's all good. Just trying to get. I when I see you guys, you just have this tight like partnership, friendship, bond, whatever you want to call it.
Well, see, oh, excuse me, my ribs are fucked up. But anyway, that was a cool spaz on my head there. What people don't understand, like, if you watch this show for an hour a week, you don't understand that we are together like 4 to 5 nights a week. Doing this shit.
Yeah. Hands down.
It's awesome. I love having you both.
And then
on
sometimes
any
we just
show.
hop on other podcasts on Zoom, and then we spend another hour and a half together at our houses.
Yeah. Yeah, even the time that we spend away from each other is never truly away from each other in some sense. There's yeah, like between
We
all
have
of the
7
group
different
chats that
group
we're in.
chats.
Right. All of varying degrees of serious to hilarious. And then we talk across the platforms.
sometimes it's cool because I forget what group chat we're in, and I gotta
Yeah.
like check before I send a message. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Oh, buddy.
Does that go both ways, Tom? Is it like sometimes you'll send a hilarious thing in the serious one, or a serious?
No, usually it's like there's different active members in these groups, right? So like me and him are the two that we're talking about, okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll have group chats with this, that. And sometimes I'll be like trying to respond to one, and I'll have to be like, whoa, don't send it to that one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's that.
It's awesome, guys. Don't ever fucking stop. It's cool to watch. Just being here with you guys. I'm jealous. I don't have a comedy buddy like you guys have, and I want one.
Oh, you know what?
So bad.
They make these dolls, Chris,
Yeah.
and they are hyper realistic.
Yeah. And I heard that one of those dolls on stage for 10 minutes is still funnier than Greg Billett.
Ooh. I mean, I'm not going to dispute this one.
Yeah, it at least doesn't talk about how difficult whatever it's doing is. All right. Any more?
I have
More?
one more question,
Okay.
if there's time.
There's time
No,
for as
we're
many
not going to kiss.
time for as many
So
questions.
then my
as you would
interview
like.
is done.
All right, that's it.
No. Do either of you guys have a good someone came up to me after the show story?
I mean,
Did you want to say on here?
If it's that good, I want to hear it either way. We can do it after if the mics are on.
well, I'll say this. It's not really so much someone came up to me and told me about my joke. So, I mean, this has happened before. I'm not saying it's never happened, but what happens most frequently to me is that people will come up to me after a show, like after an open Mic Nitro, and they'll say, "Hey, I really loved being here." And I'll say, "Hey, thanks for making the drive up." And they'll say, "I can drive up on the weekends too." And then I get to say, "I don't book that fucking show, buddy."
That is a pretty solid
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah,
I have a good one for
that's
you
one
that
of
I
my
just thought
favorites. Okay.
of. Right. Now, I'm just, instead of saying the word, I'm just going to say the N word, okay? Right. This is a hand to God true story. Right. I did a show at Magoobies like 2 years ago. And it was probably one of like the hardest times I've ever crushed, okay? And there was like a table of these 4 nurses from shock trauma, but they were like gigantic football player men. They were huge, right? So after the show, I was outside in the parking lot smoking a cigarette with them, and they were trying to get me to say the N-word with them, okay? They're all African American, and they wanted me to say the N-word because I was given the card by these guys
The
that
pass,
night to
yeah.
say it.
Yeah.
And I took a drag off my cigarette, and I said, I don't like to say it without the R. And they all fell the fuck out. And they were like, "You can't stop, motherfucker. You just can't stop." And that's when I realized that, like, I don't care what happens in this world. I won this moment tonight. And that's probably the highest I've ever been at comedy, was that one night in that parking lot.
That's fantastic.
It was a fucking good story.
Yeah. And you didn't do it, and you made it funny, but you got the pass. Just that
Oh,
alone.
dude, I got
You
the
got
pass
the
for
pass.
sure
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah.
You earned it.
I never got it since.
They've
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still have it, so you could say it right now.
You want me to? 'Cause I
not,
will.
no, use it. Way
gotta
at
edit
a-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
I don't
way
know if
better
I want
moment
you to
than
or
this.
not, but
I wouldn't say it.
I know you wouldn't.
But
buddy. Yeah.
That was a fucking good night.
Unless you're in an NBA general manager's office. What?
That's still not acceptable.
Oh, no, that guy wasn't a GM. He was the owner.
Oh, then you can say it. I think we're all out of show.
Oh, that is it. We must be all out of show, everyone. All right. We did it. We did it. Chris, thanks.
Thanks you.
Thanks
No,
for
thank
coming
you.
on.
No, thank
asking
you.
the
Thank
tough
you.
questions. That's right. We are here. Don't forget we're here. We're here every Monday, bringing you WCOS Live, Open Mic Nitro. Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you want to see if Chris remembers if we're open on Mondays? Like he was asking. Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
What do we do on Monday?
what do we do on Mondays?
Monday night.
He fucking broke the internet again. Happy 320, y'all.
Blaze.
We out here. We stay in these streets.
Wow. All right. Well, Open Mic Nitro every Monday. Every third Wednesday is Craft Brewed Comedy. Chris Pierce is still here left over from last week's. That's right. This weekend we have Adam Oliensis headlining the Church of Satire Comedy Club with Beth Hayden, Jeff King, Ron Kane, and more. www.churchsatirecomedyclub.com/events for that. For our guest Chris Pierce, my co-host and anchor Tom Nutty, I'm your host Darnell Fuson. Good morning, Snacktown.
Fuck yeah. I gotta stand up.
Good stuff.
My ribs have been cramping for like 20 minutes now.
Please stand up and please do not move the tables.
Move the tables?
Don't move the tables.
Why?
Because I asked you not to.
I was just asking why.
Because your ribs hurt.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I just gotta stand up.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying, when we get to the point where we pick the